we're getting some more visuals that I'm given to understand show how Taliban have been putting on display their acts of brutality. On your screens you see a chopper with a man hanging onto it. It is not yet clear what exactly is happening in these visuals, but we are now joined by Pradeep Datta. Pradeep, what really do you know more about this video that is currently playing on it?
See, one thing is quite clear that what they had been trying to project for the last several days, this mask has slipped. That mask which they had been wearing, trying to tell that they are a reformed Taliban who believe in inclusive approach. That in fact now is getting exposed every day, every minute. You are getting the visuals of brutality, whether it's the women being dragged, whether somebody being hung upside down, or whether it's about the execution. All one can say is that the brutality of Taliban with each passing day is increasing, and that has been the biggest ever fear. And that was the reason you must have seen that how the people were trying to rush out of Afghanistan, because they knew that they will be facing the reprisal, they will be facing punishment, they will be targeted, and their atrocities will be committed against them, and the worst victim will be women. And once again we have seen that they have resorted to that moral policing also. Already they have stopped banned music in radios as well as television, and they also asked the women to stay at their respective places. Co-education schools have been banned, and the girls are asked not to move out. And short while back there was another visuals also which we showed here on Times Now, that how the women was dragged outside the Kabul airport. That means the women have no place to live, and the same has been the condition with other things also. And here you can see with the helicopter somebody is being pulled with the help of the rope. It's not really clear what exactly was happening, but it's, this video has emerged. Seems that somebody is being hanged, is being punished, and not clear whether that person survived or not. But yes, the brutalities from their side are being committed every passing minute, every passing day. And I think this should be an eye-opener for the world community also.
On your screens right now are the visuals of how Taliban are celebrating US exit. But what is the celebration for Taliban is consternation for this world, and specifically India.
See, there had been two defining images today. We saw that last soldier, Major General Chris, he was heading towards the C-17 aircraft. That was the last aircraft that was taking off from Afghanistan, bidding adieu to Kabul, and with that the mission Afghanistan ended, that continued for about 20 years. And then the second image had been immediately after that the aircraft took off. There were people holding guns, they were celebrating, firing shots in the air, and then some of the Taliban, they came out on the street also, they were holding their flag, and some of them were holding even Afghan flag too. But that Jasne-e-Azadi was not the Jasne-e-Azadi for the people of Afghanistan, because they had been facing reprisal. They're already been punishing, because then there are other images also which short while back we were highlighting on the screen, how that Black Hawk helicopter flying, hovering over the Kandahar sky, and a man who is being chained, dangling, and see how he is being punished. So Taliban are known for their brutality. It's reminded them images of early 90s when Najibullah, the then president of Afghanistan, was hanged by Taliban when they took over the control of that region with the lamppost. So these brutalities they are committing, and for a country like India, which continues to remain their prime target, it's really very difficult situation. That's why the wait and watch continues for government of India of what exactly to do. But one thing is clear, that the United Nations Security Council, a resolution that has been passed, India has convinced the world, if Taliban are going to stay there, to be the breeding ground for terror organization. Already we have seen how organizations like Daesh, ISIS, Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Toiba, who had also been fighting along with Taliban, had been there. So that's why they made it clear that Taliban should be forced not to allow this Afghan land to be used for terror-related activities and against any of the country. But now question arises, how long and how far the Taliban are going to implement, because they haven't kept any of their word. They had been negotiating with the United States in Doha for the last 2 years. They had made so many promises. They had promised of ceasefire, but they continued with the military campaign, and with the lightning pace, we saw that one after other province falling, and finally Taliban were inside Kabul.